Hey everybody, it's the Coach. This is Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. On tap, we've got what should be a fairly intriguing matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the New York Jets. I'll see you again at halftime as we preview some of the action coming up on Sunday. But for now, it's Thursday Night Football. And on the call, as always, is Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
The Coach take the Lincoln Tunnel through Weehawken, through Secaucus, across the Hackensack River, and you'll arrive, as we have, at MetLife Stadium at East Rutherford, New Jersey. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the New York Jets. Hi again, everyone, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Jets ball club. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
On the other side of the field for the visiting 49ers, they, too, were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
And what I enjoyed watching this week when we had a chance to watch them at practice, the easy camaraderie that he has with his offense.
A lot of respect.
A lot of respect, and frankly, I thought it spilled over to the defense. All the defensive guys were coming over and teasing and joking with him. You can tell they respect the heck out of him and really want to play well for him.
On first down, it's Ramsey, and he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. The numbers for him from a week ago, 7 carries, 63 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know, he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And a quick look now at the offense for the 49ers.
And, partner, sometimes it's good for a team to get the Thursday nighter right after a loss because you don't have very long to stew on what just happened. You have to turn right around, get ready, and go out and play again. Or, as one of the veterans told me, I actually like this because I keep my anger for this short amount of time and take it out on the other team.
Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Well, look now at our starting defense. They're right around the middle of the pack, number 15 in the NFL against the run.
I still crack up a little bit after we left our meeting with the defensive coordinator because I said to you, stop me if you've heard this before. How about him saying, well, first order of business, we got to stop the run. Of course you do. He's got a good unit, but facing the number 1 rushing team, they have to stop that in order to have a good performance.
Off the play fake, McClellan. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle the team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. And those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there.
Ready. Watch 57. And here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
They'll try the left side. Ramsey. 12 yards is the pickup there, and that'll make this a second down. That's his longest run of the first quarter, and Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter, so that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside, but it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. McClellan flushed out right. He'll run it. He'll have a first down inside the 10.
Obviously, a big play was needed, and you can see his eyes light up as he realized there's absolutely no one in front of him. And he takes off and goes a long way. Not only does he pick up a first down, but a big gain to boot.
Mike 57.
Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Derrick Henry. His third touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team's going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has the overall health of a team. But mentally, if you get that early edge, the other team might think to itself, it's been a short week, we're not really ready to go. You might run them into the ground that way. That's why getting that early score means a lot.
So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. Still on his feet. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. Commanding the offense will be the highly touted USC product, Sam Darnold.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Darnold off the play fake to Bell. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down. The offensive starters now for the Jets.
And this certainly doesn't seem like an ideal situation for them because they're coming in on a losing streak, and they've got the quick turnaround right here to Thursday night. But maybe that's for the best. Get right back on the horse and go at it again and not dwell on the losing that they've had in recent weeks.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a pass taken in by the tight end Herndon. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. They'll get 4 out of that, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if I'm going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Come.
Off play action. McClellan. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of football.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you, and you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
A first down carry for Henry. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. McClellan. He's got his man on the crossing route. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 28.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And now the throw here is incomplete, and with that, we come to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Now a give, right side. It's Ramsey. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But with the strong safety position.
And Henry's hit. He lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. So following the fumble recovery, here's Darnold. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big play there on the catch and run. 49 yards for an offense that has not found the end zone yet. That's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
They run with Bell on 1st down as he'll get forward for about 5 yards. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 27, Darnold. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across...
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Jamison Crowder. His 6th touchdown of the season as they are now on the board here in the 1st half.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough, otherwise they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Will Lutz on for the point after. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. Just a 4-play drive that time, and it ends with a Jet touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
Difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. They go play action here on 1st down. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 23 yards, the final tally. This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this 1st half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Back to throw. McClellan. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
The New York set to take the field. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. To throw is Darnold. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Darnold now to throw. Darnold, he lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Darnold's throw on the money to Anderson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets have taken the lead. Charles, there aren't really any slow receivers, but there's fast and then really fast. He's really fast, and he showed off the afterburners there.
And that he is, because when he took off, I was thinking there's no chance that he can actually reach him with that pass. Yet he did, and he's still sprinting. And just think about what that does for everyone else on his team, because his ability to stretch a field opens things up for the rest of the receivers on the team.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Lutz good on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A good pick up there of 20 yards. From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. Looking to throw. McClellan. Looking left side. It's complete. He's got it. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 14. They'll run on first down. Ramsey, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am going ahead and tapping out the first half.
Well,
there's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, whether they want to let their return guy touch it.
Extra point right down the middle. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it was finished off by the 14-yard touchdown run. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. Couple completions, just string them together. Could get in the field.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
You can easily see the logic. It's a tie game. They just wanted to press it a little bit right before the half, hoping to get one more score.
Yeah, easy to second-guess the result, but now you have to think after that interception, just a field goal, and they're behind at the break.
Yeah, I think at the half, the head coach just says, look, that's on me. I wanted to press it, but it's because I believe in you guys.
Come on, set. 60 Pittsburgh.
On first down, it's Ramsey. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw. McClellan escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. Decent gain on the scramble at 6, but now it's 4th.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there, trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. On 4th down, Kyle Shanahan will send out the field goal unit from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they take a 17-14 lead. Now the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate, in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. This Jets offense heading back out there now, led by Sam Darnold. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
54. Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
Here's Darnold. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Darnold now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Bell. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there.
Darnold from the gun. He's got Herndon, his tight end. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
We got this.
So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, guys, thanks very much. We'll get back with you shortly. But first, let's take a look at what's coming up this weekend around the NFL. In the early games, a lot of good matchups, one being in Indianapolis. A tough one for the Colts as they'll take on the always tough Green Bay Packers. Excellent games in the late afternoon window as well, one being out in Los Angeles, where it'll be the Rams taking on the New England Patriots. And lastly, we'll be tuned in on Sunday night for what should be a great one between the Oakland Raiders and the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Cotton and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. New York set to take the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Now, that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. Gets this one to Le'Veon Bell. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they...
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, 49ers. A great play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Darnold, he lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
A try here for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Now this is Le'Veon Bell with a reception, and he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Here's Bell, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
That's what I'm talking about.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage will be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Again, it's Bell, and he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
But a good play is made on defense. Oftentimes, leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot. And on that play, they were able to stop him short of a first down.
That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Turn to stop. 54 miles. So don't say nothing. Ready?
They'll run on first down. Ramsey, and he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, McClellan completes it to the tight end, Kittle. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
When Leonard Williams was picked in the 2015 NFL Draft, I compared him to Merlin Olsen, and I got a lot of grief about it. Did you just see that play there? Did you see how he made that move and made that tackle? That was Merlin Olsen-esque.
Yeah, I just perked up when you said Merlin Olsen.
Yeah, a lot of people said, hey, that's too much, too far, and maybe it is early, but I think this guy has a chance of fulfilling that.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Looking to throw. McClellan. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. And he's going to get this one down to the 45.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. From the gun, McClellan. And caught by Henry. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when you're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. McClellan, incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Back to throw. McClellan. And he comes back with one complete. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty. A 4-receiver set here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. McClellan. Over the middle to Kittle, complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Gator. Quarterback, don't get nervous now.
On 1st and 10, McClellan flush to his right. That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, his second touchdown on the season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. They had the lead in the fourth, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And now out come the Jets. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Le'Veon Bell hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Jets are able to cut into this deficit. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
So here's Darnold now as he'll lead his guys up to go for 2. The shotgun snap for Darnold. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though. Defensively, they were ready. San Francisco gets set to go here. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Back to throw. McClellan, open man is Pettis. It's complete. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Well, I'm sure he likes his performance a little bit better than last week. He had the 3 interceptions here, none in the fourth quarter, and he's got his guys in front.
Guaranteed he put in a tremendous amount of work this week, but maybe the matchup is just better for him. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It's almost like those golfers. Certain courses fit their eye, and they like what they see, and other courses, as soon as they tee it up, they know they have no shot. Maybe that's the difference for him. Last week, no. This week, a big yes.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Ramsey, and for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and they're going to face a third down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there, and now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Something we're seeing more of with the rise of the run-pass option. A legal man downfield, and that's going to back him up. The Niners on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 14. Looking to throw. McClellan. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
New York set to take the field. On first down, it's Darnold. And this one caught by Max Williams. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career, that draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they call Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes he caught, you know you're on your way to a big-time career. And just think, he's not through yet.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. From the 29, Darnold into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Back to throw, Darnold. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. To try again after the sack. Darnold.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And a loose football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. Uses the stiff arm. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first or did the ball come out first?
This is where you need that 20/20 eyesight, don't you, Brandon? You've got to see which one happened first. If the knee hit the ground, then they will keep possession.
After review of the play,
this challenge was initiated by the guys in New York. Taking a look at the play, less than 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm sure the coach wanted to challenge it, so he's probably going to send the New York office a holiday card.
Yo, son, come on, boys, 56, check 56. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Throwing again on second down. Darnold. That's complete. It's Bell. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. One last throw now for Darnold. And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick, and that will write a finish to this ball game. So the victory here for San Francisco, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for San Francisco, the win means they'll finish the first half at a respectable 5-3 record. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Jets, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Up next, we've got a good one on tap between the visiting Arizona Cardinals and the San Francisco 49ers. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Well, there is a definite chill in the Northern California air, Coach, but still a wonderful afternoon for football at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Arizona Cardinals and the San Francisco 49ers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Godden. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're starting to talk about ordering dinner, ordering
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. They'll try the left side. Ramsey, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. That'll go as a pickup of 8. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got a bike cut. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Off the play fake. McClellan eluding the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. And the starting crew now for San Francisco.
And this team is coming in off of their open week, and to me, a pretty good time to have it too, because it's pretty much right in the middle of the season. So I would think that they'll be pretty well rested and ready to go for the second half of the season. But even more importantly, they got a little bit of a mental break as well. That's going to help too.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that first down. Now, I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, been working on it for a little bit. On first down, it's Ramsey, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now a man who played collegiately here in the Golden State, Rashad Penny, fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else. And partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it in.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 20. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Check.
From the gun, McClellan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. Back to throw. McClellan. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Penny, the first down carry. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. We're scoreless after 1. Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Throwing on 2nd down. Murray. James has got it. Complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 31-yard line.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Now Rashad Penny. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with a bandit.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Murray. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They'll try and run forward with Penny. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
2nd down and goal. Murray. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Nick Bosa in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. On 3rd down. It's Hubbard, and he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. This situation in the 4th quarter, you go for it, but here, take the points.
If you go for it here and don't get it, you and I are missing our plane, and we're going to the post-game press conference to hear him justify it. Because the next thing we'll see is the owner walking in announcing a firing. There is no way he goes for it here. Get the field goal. It's the first half of the game. You've got time to make it up.
Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the 2nd quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
And feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
This one taken from the 7. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Flushed out right. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Even though that one was incomplete, you could see the training that went into that play. He gets out of the pocket, ends up moving to his right. All he's trying to do, though, extend the life of the play. Keep it alive, hoping someone would pop free.
Was able to take a pretty good shot with a deep ball, but incomplete. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on second and 2, it's now 3rd and 1.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 25-yard line.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Preston Smith comes in for the sack.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there and take the hit and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Terrific coverage in the end zone that time. Forced him out of the pocket to his right. I thought maybe try and run it there, but no one came open for him. Nice job by the defense of not getting out of their lanes.
So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
With a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Murray again, 2nd and 10. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's James. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Able to find Switzer. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 33 yards that time. Here's Murray. That ball complete to Isabella. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. To throw again on second down. Murray, open man is Switzer, complete. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The Cardinals forced to burn their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Now Murray again. That's going to be caught by Kirk for a Cardinals touchdown. Christian Kirk, as the first half is winding down, and the Cardinals have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front, and now see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
Murray's pass complete to Christian Kirk. Touchdown, Arizona.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is now 10-3. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays, and the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the lock. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it going the other way. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. He made his first attempt, this from 45. And this one is right down the middle. And that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit, where you see the final score there. Jared Goff, strong in the victory, as it pushes his guys back above the 500 mark on the year. Next, we'll head over to check on the Giants at home at MetLife Stadium. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Pittsburgh Steelers. 2 touchdown passes there for Dak Prescott. Finally, let's get out to the Bay Area, see what's happening with the Raiders at home in Oakland. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Josh Rosen has thrown a touchdown pass. In the game you're watching, it was the former #1 overall selection, Kyler Murray, who put on an absolute show. His guys lead it by 10 as we send it back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. Gentlemen.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. We get a look now at the 49ers defense as they get into position. And despite being down on the scoreboard, this unit, they've had some big-time hits.
Sort of like us at practice the other day. I saw you take a running start at that blocking sled. You took it down.
Bounced off like a rubber band.
No, not at all, but you're exactly right. They are doing their job, but they want to add takeaways to it. You need to have more of those to go along with the big hits we're seeing.
By the way, when I tried that and I bounced back, I noticed that you laughed with everyone else. You didn't try to... And he coughed it up! And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's the 2nd and 7. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis, and now it's 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Cardinals to take over. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak. On top so far with the football here, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Got his man complete over the middle. It's James. The 40. The 30. 10. Touchdown, Cardinals. Jesse James. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, A well-deserved seat on the bench. A little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's